You make it sound like I asked you to save the world.
Tell me.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and and a cogwheel. Just a gear's that smaller a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toilet.
Wait, the children. When they took... Now that I think about it, they didn't use it.
The young'uns? But why would they... I'll keep working on the model.
Sid!
She wasn't. She's just busy working on her next...
A new invention? Is it an...
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. A brass gear. A tiny...
Oh, the one you forgot.
We saved it, just in...
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling all the pieces that are left over. We keep under our beds.
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear?
That's all for now. But I'll let me...
Thanks, Sid.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Well? Will it work?
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right... Well... That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
I hear that did you by any chance recover the...
I did.
If the bear... The director was a brutal man.
The registry was all I found, but there was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the...
I pray that all their names are here, my friends. I can still remember their faces. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen herself.
First the skies, then the crystal.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more. It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon and...
I'm sure she'd like...
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Let the little tykes know they were welcome in the new.
So?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now, and...
Is there anything I can do? All right then.
A good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver... There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home. The thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but not
Only the big day is fast approaching.
that or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna...
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through. I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good
Lawsman Hippocrates,
Ah, yes.
you spoke of making amends with Dion.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once... This was some years ago, of course. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme. To supervise the young prince, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, alas, our time together was cut short. When Dion left to join the Dragoon, I had not expected to meet with him again.
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. I would not wish to disturb his ruminations with idle words of greeting. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations. And I did nothing to eat. It is one of my greatest regrets. And what he truly needed, the blame for Dion's transgressions, lies not only on his shoulders, but on mine.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted fabulous.
Well, it can't hurt to... Where can I find this flower?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink... Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's Roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not.
It's all right.
Thank you, Clive.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me.
Oh.
A silver choc...
Oh, or maybe not. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming he near some gutted hovel. Not most took him for a brag.
We'll see.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
Oh, dude, you've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone.
I'm looking for a...
that's the case, no one has seen a silk. Word is, they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about if any are still out there. I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be.
You're probably right.
Look, Daddy. It's shining so brightly. Isn't it pretty?
Whoever's idea it was to take those bearers.
Can I help you with...
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo?
But if it's fancies you're after,
Was a silver chocobo seen?
Oh, yes. If you...
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon Tride. It sounds almost too good to be...
Faster! Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down. Onward, then? Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Come on. Faster!
Once you've got the hang of growing.
Enough of you, are there? Tracks. They're not like bandits for a change. Thanks, Gal. All right. More tracks. And these look fresh. A chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. Just borrowing a feather. Let's get this back together before they...
It was no trouble. Clive, how'd you get on?
Any luckies?
Crystals, where in that?
It's a long...
Right there on the road to...
Everything up there's been abandoned. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I...
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'll find a new home. After all. Anyway, what matters is... And now all...
I didn't know you could...
Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife, and that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with.
But it weren't your rave. I slew one of my own.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done much...
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be...
I will, I should go and see it.
Give it my best.
You can give...
If Joshua's worried about Jill... Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but... Since we...
I suppose it's not hard.
She doesn't think she belongs in...
And that's why we need to remind her, to let her know that we still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close...
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on it, and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up?
To see the snow days. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue.
In the rain. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say... He was not...
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business.
Man's Hill.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for Ban?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies. What would you...
Greetings, Lord Marquis. My lord.
I am.
I do not doubt it.
Thank you, you.
May you return. His Grace and I. At first, it was my duty to him. I prithee, do not risk yourself unduly.
Ah.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank... Is...
Wrong? No.
Go on. Did you make...
We did. Aye. It's a good luck charm. I mean, a baby. Oh,
I thank you, Mil...
If there's anything you need,
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know. Run like the wind. This is the place.
I'm sorry.
There's no...
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where Snow Daisy...
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of.
Then why not ask someone who might know?
Someone at the backyard. Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen us.
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find...
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept the record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilefeist Bay.
Whose shores border them...
You're the outlaw! The one who drove His Highness to madness! On your knees!
What? He hasn't heard. And it doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
For your fault!
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
Faster!
Time to fight. mistakes. The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there. Have care. Look, brother. Do you see them?
I do. The flowers and our friends. Too slow. What do you see, boy? Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
Too slow. Nice try. Let darkness fall! You lose. That was harder than I expected. But found her. It was worth it. They're beautiful. She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
It appears my work is done. The rest, well, we wouldn't want another thunderstorm now.
Jill.
There is?
It's, how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
You saw me crying and thought a change of scene. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both in.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the... They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal life. No one thought to ask me what. I was nothing to them. A pawn.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there, and I knew then. No, I'll never forget that. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
Was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back.
You're right.
And we'll do it together.